Hi, welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, I'm Bex, and I make videos with a cosy feel to do with family, food and home. And I also have a weakness for quirky baby names. I have a website which is bexmassey.co.uk, so if you're interested in cosy content I would also hop on over there. So today is a video I've been really looking forward to doing, which is extremely rare floral names for girls. I have a weakness for baby names, I have a weakness for floral and nature names, and I thought this is the best collection of quirky, unique and rare baby girls names that I can think of really. Some of the names are definitely Marmite names, they're very unusual and would maybe be suited more for the middle name spot than the first name spot. But anyhow, let's get cracking on. So the first name on my list is Wisteria. How beautiful would this name be if you were to use it? I think it's very romantic sounding. Immediately you're conjured up with the image of the beautiful sort of lilac flowers. I think it's very sort of ethereal as a name. I love the ending with the A, and although I've never heard of anybody being called Wisteria, I can still imagine it being used. To me it sounds like quite a Harry Potter sort of name. It's completely unranked, so for me this is just a complete hidden gem of a name, and I think it's crying out to be used. What do you think of it? The second name on my list is Lupin. For some reason this really reminds me of the same feel that you get with the name Juniper. And I can just imagine that if you like the name Juniper, you will probably like the name Lupin. I think lupins are beautiful flowers. I've tried to grow them in my own garden but without much success, but they are the ultimate cottage garden flower. How beautiful would Lottie Lupin be? Again, it's completely unranked, so why not start the trend and use the name yourself? The next name on my list is sort of a cheat name, in that it's a shortened form of the name Alyssa. Alyssa is a flower name and comes from the alyssum plant that has clumps of real vibrant white, candy pink and lilac flowers. I like the shortened form of the name, which could be Alice. If you know anything about gardening, then you probably know of the gardener Alice Fowler, and so I thought it would be just a nice way of tying that sort of gardening theme into this floral baby name list. I think Alice Fowler is a real sort of quirky hippie gardener. I love her vintage style, and so I thought a little nod to her with the name Alice would be lovely. The name Alice is 541 on the list, so not unheard of, but far more unusual than, say, the traditional spelling of Alice, and it has that lovely sort of floral link too. The next name on my list I see as being the female counterpart to the name Fox. So if you're not sure if you're having a boy or a girl and you have got Fox on your list for a boy, then why not use the name Phlox for a girl? Again, it's a completely unranked name, so you'd be setting a trend using this name, and could be this lovely sort of quirky alternative to the name Fox. What do you think about it? Another unranked name for you next, and it has this lovely long romantic flowy feel to it, and that name is Amaryllis. I think this could be such a flexible name with a variety of different nicknames for it. So you could have Amy, you could have Lissy, you could have Rilly. I just love this name. I think it's so beautifully romantic sounding, and I'm actually really surprised that it hasn't been used yet. Okay, so getting a bit more way out then. I don't think I would ever use this name as a first name, and I do think it is a bit of a Marmite name, but I think it would make a beautiful middle name, and that name is Gypsophilia. The name Ophelia has been one of the sharpest rising girls' names in the last year or so. Gypsophilia is used quite often in bridal bouquets. It's been quite an on-trend sort of flower for the last few years. Although I wouldn't use this as a first name, I can imagine it going with a lovely short vintage name that has a real classic feel to it. I think it's just a lovely sort of quirky contender as a middle name. I always think you can afford to be a bit more way out with middle names. I have a couple of L names for you next. I have Lavender and Lilac. They're linked in the fact that they are both similar colours, and I just think they are due to be used. Although lavender is still unranked, I do predict that in this year's baby name list, which is usually published I think in September, I do predict that this is going to feature on the lists now. Sorry, I had a little guest that I needed to bring down from his nap. So let's get back on. The name Lilac could be seen to be a little bit more wearable, and that is 2,341 on the list, meaning that 11 babies were named this last year. The next name on my list is completely unranked, which does surprise me because I think it would be perfect for an unusual flower name. The name is Buddleia. Buddleia is otherwise known as the butterfly bush because it attracts butterflies to it with its beautiful sort of lilac flowers. And you can imagine you shorten it down to Leia as a lovely sort of wearable nickname. What do you think of the name? Would you use it, or do you just think it's completely too way out there?
Down.
Let's get down. The next name is one of my personal favourites. I have a real soft spot for this name, and it's Posy. I love the more unusual spelling, which is P-O-E-S-Y, and I'll give you the rankings for both variations. The OE spelling means it's completely unranked, or if you use the more sort of standard spelling, then it's 1,457, meaning 22 babies were named this last year. So it is gaining in popularity, and I do predict it's set to rise further really. I can imagine it going to maybe the 500 mark. Better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you are looking for a bit more of a hippie floral name, then how about the name Garland? I think it has lovely winter, Christmas associations, so it's had garlands at that time of year. Or how about the name Dandelion? I have featured this on my hippie girls names, which I'll leave linked up in the top somewhere. And again, I don't think I would use that as a first name, although I definitely would use Garland as a first name. But I do think Dandelion would... Meow. Do you think...
Apple.
Apple? I do think Dandelion would make...
Apple.
Yeah, you like your apple.
Mm.
The cat's down here, so he keeps looking at it and saying meow. Okay, moving swiftly on. The next name on my list is Marigold. I do think it's become more popular as a result of Downton Abbey, but I still don't think I would let that stop me. It's number 2,201, meaning 12 babies were named this last year. And the last name on this part one of this list is the name Rudbecher. What a great name this is, I do have to say, because my full name is Rebecca. I think this is such a great name because it's like a complete quirky twist on a really well-known name. You can still have the nickname Becky or Bex or Rudy, which I also think would be a great sort of nickname. But it's so rare, it's completely unranked. What do you think of this name? Let me know. Right, I'm going to leave it there for this video for obvious reasons.
Milk. Milk.
You want some milk? Okay, I'll get you some. But don't forget to hit subscribe to see the second part of this video, and I'll leave all my other baby name videos linked below and at the end of this video for you. You say bye-bye. Bye-bye.